Hello everyone and welcome back after a long break. Now as you all would know that this break was caused due to my exams which just got over today. So happy Independence Day everyone. So in this video I'm going to show you one of the greatest chess games of all time. The greatest chess game in what? Probably a decade, because this game will surely take your breath away. I promise you that. And I'm sorry if my this side of the face is dark because the light above my computer is not working. It just got damaged yesterday, so I'll see what happens. So again, forget that. It's a long time me recording a video, so I just really wanted to put up something. So that's why I've got this game right here, and that would be a great start to kick things off. So we have Mamedyarov Shakhriyar playing from the white side and Anish Giri playing from the black side. Now these two are one of the best chess players of the world. They come in top 10. And let's start. We have d4. This game begins with d4. Then we have knight f6, knight c3, and d5. Now this is not such a usual opening to play, as you can see that in most of the games after knight f6 is played, a common way to go is like knight c4, knight f3. Maybe you can play the London with bishop f4. But Shakhriyar decides to play knight c3, which is not such a common move. Then we have d5. We have bishop f4. Now bishop f4 has to be played because the bishop can not come here, because that would make no sense, not pressuring anything. Here would not make any sense again, because you are hampering the developing of this bishop. And if you get a bishop here, just nothing. The best and the most active square would be to get your bishop on f4. So we have e6 and knight b5. Now knight b5 might obviously be like, what the hell? You're just attacking the pawn. Wouldn't a level of Anish Giri, a player of Anish Giri's level, see it? So obviously Anish Giri plays knight a6. Now the main purpose of knight a6 is to obviously defend the pawn, because you cannot defend it anyhow. If you try it with the bishop, you damage a pawn structure. You cannot play this because you have this. So you have to play that. Now we have e3 and bishop e7. Now, generally, players of any level, at any level, would play something like knight f3, bishop d3, get your pieces developed, get castle fast. But this is Mamedyarov Shakhriyar we're talking about, right? He does not do all this stuff. He just goes h4. Now, h4 is a wild move. It's a crazy move. So let's see what happens after that. I'll explain you. So now, after castling is done, h4 clearly indicates that Shakhriyar is going for the attack. Now, idea of h4 is this, and bang on the king side. So it's not that simple, because he really doesn't have anything right now. So we have knight f3 and c6, kicking the knight out. Knight comes back. And now we have queen b6. Now we have this pawn under attack, and this queen b6 not such a great move, because it's just attacking the pawn. It's doing nothing else. It's come to this side, the queen side of the board, and it's blocked by pawns from everywhere. So, and Mamedyarov plays e3. Now you all might be like, what? Can this pawn just be taken? No, it cannot, because after this, white just has knight a4 and the queen is trapped. It's one of the most fun ways to trap the queen, by the way. So obviously that does not happen, or it would not be the greatest game of the century, or maybe the decade. So we have c5, breaking things down. And now Shakhriyar just goes bishop captures a6. You have around, I don't know, 30 legal moves here, 20 legal moves here. Shakhriyar Mamedyarov plays bishop captures knight. And everyone is like, what the hell? How is it helping white's position? Now the queen can take, and a light square bishop is gone. And usually, when your light square bishop is gone, you need to put your pawns on the light square to reflect the light square bishop. So he can replace the light square bishop. But 6 out of 8 pawns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 are on the dark squares, which is a mistake. And now we have h5. So Shakhriyar's plan is now clear. He's going to push his pawns. He's not going to castle, because he cannot castle, right? Not gonna castle anyhow, and he cannot obviously trade queens because how is this attack gonna work? So it's a wild game. So the beauty of these immortal games, whenever there's one of the greatest games of the century, we can call it an immortal game. So the beauty of these games is these are complicated, these are subtle, these are mind blowing, these are chaotically beautiful. It's just the beauty. So right now, it's everything is so good so far, right? And we have 8-6. Now see, Anish Giri played h6 because if he allows Shakhriyar to play this, he obviously cannot take because that opens both the files and the king is gone. So and if he just plays this pawn is just very strong here. He cannot let the king go out. And anytime the queen, bishop, or knight, like the knight can come here, and these light squares are also very, very vulnerable. So that's why Anish Giri cannot allow a pawn to come to h6. So hence he played h6 himself. Now we have g4. Shakri is like, alright, I gotta do something, I gotta do it now. So he cannot wait for much, and he just goes with g4. And obviously Anish Giri took, which is an inaccuracy as showed by the computer because you have now opened the file. Everyone knows that, right? And your bishop is attacking this pawn, and you cannot take it if the rook is here because the king cannot be captured like that. So we have rook g1 obviously, and now Nishi is like, what are you gonna do, man? I've just got f5 and now my knight is defended. You cannot do anything about it, right? So Shakhriyar plays a great move. He plays knight e5. Now this knight e5 is on an outpost square. Now if you don't know what is an outpost, basically outpost is a square in which a knight goes into its opponent territory and a pawn cannot attack the knight. So basically no pawns can attack the knight. Both the pawns have moved forward. So we have this move. Now Shakhriyar can obviously not trade. Sorry, Anish Giri. Because if Anish Giri takes, the bishop takes, and the pawns are just gone. Because knight is the defender of this file. So obviously Anish Giri does not take. And he takes with this pawn, and we have pawn takes. Now Anish Giri makes a blunder. Bishop captures g4 or bishop f6. Now he was thinking here that, I'll create tension here, block this diagonal forever, and I'll be good. Okay. So what has Shakhriyar got? He has got this pawn, which cannot go forward. He has got this bishop. If this knight is not there, it would be very dangerous. And he's got his queen, who hasn't moved a move from 15 moves. So Shakhriyar cannot take this with his knight because after the pawn takes, like if you take this and after all this happens, there's nothing. In fact, white is losing because of the subtle e5 move, and the bishop is hanging, the queen is hanging. So obviously Shakhriyar does not do that. So here, Shakhriyar plays the move. Rook captures g4. Now this is a brilliant move. It's a brilliant move. You can see brilliant moves are rare. Okay. Yeah, that's a fact that Ricardo has played 5,000 or more. So this is a brilliant move played by Shakhriyar. He just sacrifices his rook for a knight. And after pawn takes, he can take with the queen. So now if you see, this bishop is active. This knight is deadly dangerous. And if the pawn is not there, the pawn can go and a queen is there. So, but it's not that simple. And now black plays the move b5. Now this can be a big threat for white because after b4, the pawn's rolling, the queen's coming here to this diagonal, and you cannot take this because your rook is hanging. So that's a big threat. And obviously Shakhriyar just takes the pawn, and it's a tactic which many of you could see that it's pinned. So yeah. Then we have queen b7, right? So queen b7 clearly shows that black does not care about this attack. Black can easily handle it by playing the move queen g7. And now white castles. So you see, after 18 moves of play, white finally decides to castle. And the thing right now is that this rook comes into the game and it becomes very, very tricky for black. So we have a5. Now, as you can see, this is an opposite side castling situation. We have one king here, one king here. So who's gonna break first? Is it gonna be black or is it gonna be white? Is it gonna be Mamedyarov or is it gonna be Anish? So we'll see that. We have knight captures b5. Another brilliant move. So two brilliant moves in one game. That's insane. So Shakhriyar is crushing it. Now, why is it a brilliant move? This dude is just sacrificing pieces, and the sacrificing pieces does not mean it's a brilliant move. Okay, this is a brilliant move because after the queen takes. Now you all might be like, after the queen takes what? You still cannot take this. The plan was never to take that. After queen takes, we play bishop captures g7. What the hell is white doing? He's sacrificing the bishop as well, and again, it's a brilliant move. Brilliant moves are rare. And this dude just played three in a row. I'm not in a row, in the game. After this, now, as I told you, the white pawn can go ahead. Now there's no pawn on h6. He plays h6, and now Anish Giri plays k7. So the point where Anish Giri played a5 was actually also to think of a7. So whenever the queen gets distracted from this rank, the rook can come here. But are you sure? Shakhriyar is like completely on next level, like he's playing next level chess, and plays the move. He reveals the joker card of this attack by playing the move rook a1. It's a great move again, and now we see that this pawn does not have to take the bishop. It can simply go here. After the king goes here, it's mate. Obviously, grandmasters see that. So Anish Giri plays rook to f2. Now the basic idea is that Anish Giri is like, alright. He knows that he's losing. So Anish Giri, after h7, the king goes here, and we have queen captures g7. I think Shakhriyar has developed an habit of playing brilliant moves. He's playing the fourth brilliant move of the game. And to be honest, even in my career, I haven't played so many moves. Like, I've played around 5,600, 700 games. I've only played 400 moves. 401. Four brilliant moves up till now. Which is crazy. And this dude just played four right now. He's just embarrassing me, man. What's the problem with you? So, we have rook captures g7. And now a queen. So, the king has to move away from the rook, because after the rook comes here, there's a check, and anyways, white is gonna win the rook. So this is a check and takes, and now Shakhriyar just finishes it off. He comes, gives this check, and after this, Shakhriyar just plays a calm knight d3, and black resigns. Not because he's low in time, because that white is coming here, rook is being attacked, this bishop is gone, rook is coming here to end black completely. So this was one of the greatest games of all time. Probably the best game of this decade, undoubtedly. You know, the dude playing four brilliant moves. You see, four brilliant moves. I mean, the best moment you can find too, obviously, because it's just crazy. So yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video till the end. Please like, share and subscribe, and tell me in the comments if you like the game, and tell me in the comments that which video do you want next. Bye bye.